For the third level of the Dalton Dissection, we have a kind of complicated set of objectives. We have to retrieve the burial dagger from the vault. We have to blow up the two guards who are in this little parking garage where we start with any explosion. We have to electrocute a janitor. And we have to kill two security guards with the burial dagger that we steal from the vault. So the first thing we're going to do is grab some stuff, including that car battery, which we'll need to actually electrocute someone, since we can't ring a loadout. That's one of the restrictions of this contract, or this escalation, rather. We also can't change out of our bank robber disguise, which isn't as bad as it sounds. It makes us hostile to pretty much all the guards and bank employees, but surprisingly few civilians actually seem to care. So what we're doing is we're just sneaking out, and then we're going to use that crowbar we picked up at the start to break our way over here, and then we're going to break in there as well. Now I could have done some stuff to knock guys out, turn off the cameras, get some key cards, things like that, but what I'm going to be doing is running this one with no knockouts at all. And at first I wasn't sure if this was actually possible, but after having done it, obviously, because you're seeing this video, it is in fact possible. So for now, we're just doing a lot of setup, picking up some stuff to throw, grabbing keys, that sort of thing, because much of what we're going to need, we're going to have to find compromises for.
Okay. Please stand back.
So our first step is we're just going to distract one of these guards. He's a target, but we don't have the burial dagger yet, so what we're going to do is just kind of deal with that first target, the janitor lady. By killing her now, by the time we actually get back here with the burial dagger and everything, she'll have already been taken care of, so we don't have to worry about that. And it does give us a nice easy excuse to get past him. The reason we're going past him is because we need to go upstairs. There is a security keycard on one of the shotgun carrying guards near the vault. If you just knock him out, you can get the keycard and then you can get back into the vault area easily. Since we're not knocking anyone out, we need to get a security keycard that's lying around. There are two of them upstairs. One is in the upstairs security room. One of them is on the desk with Athena Savalas' secretary. We're not going to go all the way up there to that one on the desk, although it is a lot easier to get than it seems, but we don't need to go all the way up there. What we're doing now is just kind of waiting for favorable positions for the janitor and for the sweater guy. And then as it happens, I get caught by a security camera up here, but I didn't actually get spotted, I just got recorded. And it's fine to get recorded because we are going to delete the evidence. So for now, we just need to make sure that coked up banker isn't in our way. We also want to make sure that that other guard is not facing us, not going to get his drink. He should turn around and start moving in a direction where he'll kind of go that way, but we have enough time to grab the keycard, delete the evidence, and now we don't have to worry about cameras anymore. Again, just kind of wait for this guard and the sweater guy to take up a position. Now we're not going to sneak back past the janitor because we actually don't want to go back in that way. What we'll do instead is we're going to vault and then immediately drop. You have to do this quickly though, because being up there for whatever reason is illegal and people will eventually freak out about it. But anyway, we're now going to cross the lobby, and as I mentioned, only really the bank employees and guards care. So although we are getting these little flashes of interest, for the most part, we're safe. Now what I'm going to do is come up here and I'm going to crouch. Now it might seem like I'm messing this up because I'm actually interrupting the guard turning around to go look for the guy's briefcase, but I actually want him to get distracted by me crouching, because what that'll do is it'll cause the guard to walk up to the window here, and I can run right behind him. Now that we have a key card, we can get back into any of these little accessible areas, and that's good, because what we've got to do now is get the vault security key card. Now normally if you just knock out the SMG toting guard in the room there, he'll have the master deposit box key, which also works on the vault security key card. We don't have that, so we're going to have to improvise a little bit here. In the meantime, we're going to set a few things up. We need that fire extinguisher, but we also need an explosive to deal with two of these targets. So we'll just grab some propane from up here. There's also propane in the closet where the rat poison was, but toting it around or carrying it back here isn't really worth it, so I'm just going to go upstairs and get this instead. We're not going to blow them up just yet, but we are going to just sneak over here and just plan it where we can kill them at our leisure later. We're going to pick up the fire extinguisher. We'll need that in a second. And then we're going to basically enable the air conditioning here, and what that's going to do is that's going to emetic poison everybody, because we used rat poison instead of chloroform. So they're not knocked out, they're just sick. So we are technically still doing no knockouts. Now the only thing left is we need to blow open this thing with the fire extinguisher. But just in case, I want to get rid of this other guard, because he will hear the explosion. So let's do this. No matter how many times you kind of toggle the air conditioning on and off, it will basically always turn the emetic back on. Now, for whatever reason, this gun retrieval behavior kind of overrides it, but I believe he will turn the gun in and then get sick. Whatever the case, we'll just grab this pistol, close all the doors. This is kind of important because we don't want anybody to hear this. I want to make sure that door is closed as well. Close this one. So now no one should hear this explosion because there's 2 doors in the way. Yep, nobody noticed that. We'll grab the vault key card. This will let us get into the vault where the burial dagger is. And while we're on the subject, since no one seems to be around, we could blow up 2 of our targets here. I forget if I'm going to do this right now. Yes, I am. So I'm going to, again, close the doors and just take a couple shots here. They heard it, but no one else did. So the gunshots and the explosion were not heard by anyone else. That takes care of that. Their bodies are killed from an accident, so even if anybody ever did see them, it's not going to matter. Okay, there's our target. As you can see, he's not done a very good job of retrieving that janitor's body, because he's just kind of left her body bag there. Maybe that's the body bag spot, I don't know. Whatever the case, we'll grab the burial dagger. So we have to open the vault, and this just takes time. If you're speedrunning this, obviously you're going to need to juggle it so that you're opening the vault while accomplishing other tasks so that you can kind of come back in and grab the burial dagger really quickly. If you do that well enough, you can get down to like 2.5, 3 minutes. But we're obviously taking our time on this because we're not just conking people on the head with a car battery as we go, which makes this a lot faster, obviously. Now, the only thing that I want to be sure of is I don't know if any of these guards get sick in such a way as to come through this area. I believe they don't. But just to be on the safe side, what I've done is I'm going to distract the guard over here to this box so that I can knife him and then just throw him in the box. That way, if any of the sick guards coming back do come back through this area, they're only going to find the body bag from the lady who died in electrocution, and they won't count that as a body found. So we just have 1 guard left to kill. He's the lost and found guard that we ran past earlier. So we just need to go back into the vault area. Now, I don't know where the other 3 guys went, but this guy is the first one to come back, and he's not in a position where he can do us any harm, so that's good. We're just coming up here. I am occasionally using instinct just to make sure that none of the sick guards are coming back through this way, but I guess they ran off somewhere. I don't know exactly where. So we'll use a gun lord just to be safe. And we'll use the coin instead, because that'll get him moving a little faster. Alright, so that got his attention. We'll just hide back here. Now we want to be careful not to throw this dagger or move until that door closes, because Frank is looking right at us. But as soon as that door closes, we should be good. Now you don't have to actually retrieve the burial dagger after you've picked it up once, so you don't need to actually take it with you. You can just throw it at this guy, leave him. But I'm stashing him just to be safe, since I've gone to so much effort here and taken so much time. And we're going to go straight out the front exit. Despite the fact that there's a guard right there, and we are in a bank robber disguise, if you just kind of run to the left of that door, you can get out without being spotted. The lobby's really not as dangerous as it seems in the bank robber disguise. You would figure it would be much worse, but not really. So go figure. If everything went well, we should have gotten our silent assassin here with no knockouts. Not that there's any indication that we didn't knock anyone out, but you can review the footage and see whether anyone actually was KO'd, and indeed no one was. So that'll take care of it. Not quickly.